All right, good evening, guys. Ken of Tortoise Capital Nightly Strategy Podcast for March 10th, 2023. So we'll start with the swing trade portfolio. So today was the second day of strong selling. That symbol we looked at yesterday, SVIB, that was that Silicon Valley Bank that collapsed, causing runs on some of the financial institutions and generally led to large meltdowns across finance. And so you're going to see me make decisions to exit the swing trades near the end of the day because it's kind of like the perfect storm, and it's everything that and more than I hoped I could get on the short side. And so I don't want to carry a lot of risk over the weekend, in this case, the risk being some kind of intervention and buying pressure that starts Monday with a big gap up and puts me at risk with a lot of shorts that have multiple positions. So this was definitely a case of bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, especially in a sideways market that's very vulnerable to volatility. So I counted my chickens today, if I can say it that way. So we'll start with Alcoa. It was down 6% for the day. And you'll recall that yesterday we initiated the collapsing dragon and it closed poorly. So we held that position. Today on the next collapsing dragon, I put the second position on. It drops like a stone and I elect to get out here. And so that gives us about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6R on the first one and 3R on the second one. So that's a 9R 2-day trade. And when my basket is full, I take it home to put in the warehouse. And I just worry about Monday on Monday. Caterpillar, wow. It was down 5.6% today. So earlier in the week, we had that about a 4R. Yesterday on the collapsing dragon, we initiated. It was closing poorly, so we added a second position. Today, it gapped down, sold off, added a third position on the break of that support level, and cashed it in the peak of misery. And that's about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is ridiculous. 11R on the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on the second one, and 3 on the third one. So that's 21R. And that concludes my briefing. I mean, what else do we want to say? Caterpillar, great American company. And really, that's the justification for just getting out, because that is a great American company. So here's Cliffs. So we tried the long, that failed, so we took the 1R loss, took the collapsing dragon stop and reverse. That closed well. Today, after that opening shenanigans, added the second position and exited here. So there's 1 unit of risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So 7 on the first one, 2 on the second one. So that's a total of 9. Again, how much more did I want to get? CVS, this is just continuing that Godzilla collapse. 4 days ago, so Tuesday, we initiated that one. Wednesday, added a second position on the COTA 2. And yesterday, just noticed fun. Now, because I didn't put the third one on, I could tolerate some of this. And the market, I didn't get out here because I only had the 2 positions on and I was deep in the money. And the market was melting, so I was able to tolerate that heat. And then getting out near the low of the day here. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 on this one 4 on that one. That's another 10. Diamonds, with your permission, I'm not even going to count them. It feels too much like hubris. So this one was a front run of the collapsing dragon. You know, the day was horrible. We got the RLXD. We were playing the front run of that entry here in case the collapsing dragon happened, which it did. And then on today's meltdown, because again, we only have only one position on, we can tolerate that kind of heat because the R10 never even got into the dragon. And then when it collapsed further, we could get a second position and lock that in. And again, flat overnight. Devon Energy. This is going to sound like a broken record. Collapsing dragon, recovery in order to sleep soundly over the weekend. Electronic Arts. This was the SSC that failed for a scratch. Collapsing dragon, win. Big down days and sideways markets are the easiest days for us when the market is suffering the most. This one was a gap down and then collapse, closed poorly, and then just took the exit on emerging markets. That's about 2. Mexico, scratch on the COTA 2. The RLXD entry that closed poorly, gap down, sold off below all of this congestion, second position, and covered. That's about 7. I should have totaled these up because this is going to look a little unbelievable. But so the short failed for -1, and then the stop and reverse hit and closed here. Nice. The second position cover, and this is in Brazil. Massive good. Just feel like we're showing off now. Intel, this was the most surprising thing of the whole day. So yesterday, that big run up and it gained like 4 when everything was melting yesterday. And then today it just continued and did well. So oddly, the semiconductors really stood out, did not participate in the misery, but we didn't have a position in it because I couldn't understand it. International Paper, the large industrial company. This was a gap up, sold off RLXD. Second position today, covered. And that's about 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 4. IYR, same thing. Marijuana, same thing. Clean energy, same thing. Rivian, there was nothing. And this one is really interesting to me because this may just very well be holding at the 30-day low. It's easy, Dan, because what I do is I reduce the size of the position so that the MMRB is now, I'm still only risking X number of dollars, and make use the range stat as your overnight risk holding, and then put the turbo back on. Let's see. This is SPY. This is just to show that, Dan, I say, the MMRB and the dollars at risk per trade, you simply normalize the overnight risk holding with the range stat, and then you adjust your position size accordingly. What we're doing is we're measuring the gains on the first position. Now, remember, the very first position is starting off intraday, and it actually has that tight of a stop, and then it just grows in our position. So you're actually capturing those R's. Treasuries, just notice the as yields go up or yields go down, prices go up. Tesla, the stop and reverse for a micro win today, maybe two. And then U.S. Steel, two positions for the big win. Yeah, Dan, just notice what I want you to notice is like on U.S. Steel, this risk right here, that's 50 cents. The MMRB is 17 cents. So that size risk is actually 3 MMRBs. And that's appropriate for the 30-minute chart. If I was on 3 minutes, that position size would be 3 times larger.